All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Morning Skate. Before we get started, today has fucking sucked. I woke up this morning and I had texts from my friends telling me to go on Twitter, and Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew Gaudreau passed away last night in an accident. I think they got hit by a drunk driver.
Allegedly.
The former Boston College and Calgary Flames star, current Blue Jackets standout, he died while riding his bike with his brother Matthew. Thursday night, per reports, they were struck by a drunk driver around 8 p.m., just days before they were supposed to be groomsmen in their sister's wedding in Philly. Johnny won a national championship at BC along with the Hobie Baker. He stayed for his junior season so he could play with his brother. Matthew may have missed out on the national championship, but both others have said that the year that they were teammates was the best year of their careers. Matthew played ECHL Worcester Railers and the AHL Bridgeport Sound Tigers before taking over as coach at the brothers' alma mater, Gloucester Catholic High School, I'm pretty sure, where they're Gloucester, where their dad was a longtime hockey coach and taught them both to skate and play the game. Johnny was only 31 and survived by his wife Meredith, their daughter Noah, and son Johnny, while Maddie, 29, is survived by his wife Madeline and infant son Trip. It's one of those things. I had weird dreams last night, and when I woke up this morning, I had like texts from my friends being like, check Twitter, and like I checked it, and I kept being like, I'm still sleeping, like this isn't real. And it's been really, really kind of a shitty day. So that's kind of what I have on it. What about you, Brownie?
Yeah, it's horrible. It's the ripple effect of what it did to Johnny Hockey's family, Maddie's family, the Gaudreau family overall, the sister who's supposed to be getting married, and the guy. And I'm not trying to excuse it, but he's married too, and that family's destroyed also. Mm-hmm. All in the blink. Just like a tragic accident and just a horrible thing. And yeah, it's horrible. It's tough, man. There's nothing worse than that.
And like he played for USA. I guess that would be our team, but he never like played for the Bruins or the Rangers. But the way I looked at him is obviously he was very, very talented player. I'm only 5'8", so I kind of tend to like the smaller guys like Matt Zuccarello and Marty Stanley. And Johnny Gaudreau was one of those guys. He was super, super fucking talented, man. And the thing about him is he like, obviously I've never met him, but he just looked like he was like a cool dude. Like he looked like he would be one of the boys that would be like cracking jokes and shit. And he just, I don't know. I love the way he played hockey. It really, really sucks. So definitely thinking about his family, his friends. Do you have anything else on it, Brownie?
No, it's just the one thing that everybody talks about is the joy and enthusiasm that he had for the game that was readily apparent with that big smile. And everyone talks about how great of a guy he was off the ice. And, if you have a chance, if you haven't already, our Calgary Flames writer Jenks wrote a really good piece about it. He just shared some pictures of Oilers and Flames fans. There's a memorial outside of Scotiabank right now. They're talking I know in Boston they were doing sticks out tonight for the Gaudreau brothers. It's just a horrible, horrible thing, and you never know when it's going to be over, and life's precious. So
no, it is. All right, so we're gonna do 13 seconds of silence, remembrance, and then we'll play the music.
The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
All right, guys. So obviously today has sucked, but we're gonna try to talk about other hockey stuff. I don't know. It kind of makes me feel better talking about hockey, right? So, Brownie, you want to hop right into mea culpa, see what we messed up last week, dude?
Yeah, it's been a lot of mess ups. I feel like we haven't recorded in a while. There's been a lot going on, but I am. I want you to be very proud of me that I have multiple. What do you call it? What do you call it if it's like Chrome or Firefox?
Windows?
Well, there's Windows, but there's also operating. Whatever. I had multiple things open there at once. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I think. Okay, yeah, I'm really proud of you, dude.
Nice.
All right, yeah, let's do mea culpas once.
Yeah.
Hi, This is Mea Culpa, and I'm here to introduce the Morning Skates Mea Culpas with Ked and Brownie.
I think there was a mea culpa because I think you had more than one window open on your screen. I think that's what you were talking about.
I had multiple windows in different platforms. Like I had 2 windows open in Chrome and 2 windows open in Safari at the same time.
Chaos over there.
It was. And I'm going to talk about the zero right now. My zero of the week is me because I'm down at my in-laws when my family's on vacation. I'm down here working, and there was 1 beer in the house, and I just cracked it. And I forgot to get beer.
Hey,
all right,
buddy, I'm off the booze for a bit.
Oh no, it'll be a nice 4-day stretch for you.
It's been 5 days so far.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, shaky? You shaky?
No, I'm good, man. Everything's good. I stood tall yesterday. People wanted to get drinks with me. I said no, I can't.
What is that? I see something behind you. No,
dude, we're not talking about that right now. We'll get into that later. You need to stop doing that, please. Because you're gonna. All
right. So the first mea culpa.
Don't worry, bro. I got my fucking paper bag right here. I can breathe in.
My first mea culpa is our good friend, associate head coach Nick Carpenito for Northeastern Huskies. He is not being inducted into the Elmira Hall of Fame until October. When I was at the golf tournament, we had a nice chuckle over that. And I'm going to use my platform here. Coach Flint, I just want to let you know that when Carp is away for that weekend, I think that I can wear a suit and stand behind the bench and scowl like Carp. I think that would be a great content piece for the fans, and I get maybe some insight into what goes on behind a top-tier program in women's hockey.
Listen, man, shoot or shoot. I watched that documentary on Connor Stallions, dude, and that's essentially what he did. He just kept asking the coach, and at one point somebody said yes. Now you're going to have to go to the Naval Academy and, like, join the Marine Corps and then figure out what type of structure the other teams are running on their forecheck and shit like that, but then you should be good.
I understand some stuff. Eric Stahl, we talked about how he retired. He played 909 games for Carolina compared to, like, 311 for Minnie, less than 100 for Florida, Buffalo, and the Rangers. So it made sense why they ended up doing that. And I figured out the Wayne Gretzky stat.
Okay.
Wayne Gretzky had more 5-point games, 85, than he did 0-point games, 74.
In his career?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Right? And that was what I was trying to figure out, and I couldn't figure it out. That's
you know what's also kind of insane about that? He had 74 0-point games. That means he was almost for a regular season didn't have a point.
Yeah. Well, you could say it the other way. He had 85 5-point games. That means for an entire season plus, he had 5 points a game.
Fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Nuts.
The Australian skateboarder who now gets a duck, who I forgot her name or never wrote it down, is Arissa True. So good on her.
Yep.
You did not do your Henry Thrun homework.
I think I did.
You didn't share it.
Yes, I did. Didn't I? I talked about.
It was brought to my attention. I didn't go back and listen, but it was brought to my attention.
Pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I
can go back. This could be a mea culpa on a mea culpa.
Buddy, I'm pretty sure because I remember looking it up. We talked about it.
I know you looked it up.
He went to Harvard. He went to Harvard and he was from Mass. We talked about that.
I don't doubt that you did it, but I don't know if you shared it.
I told you that. I said he played at Harvard and he was from
I don't
Massachusetts.
know if that was on the pod. Whatever. Anyways. The move we were talking about, a move from a bar. It's not the what do you call it? Not the balance beam. Excuse me. There's a move that's you're not allowed to do on the uneven bars. You know, the ones where it's one high, one low. Mm-hmm. It's called the dead loop. Yeah. And based on the name alone, I understand why you're not allowed to do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think about.
And then this last thing was kind of funny. I don't know if you saw this. So Getzlaff's in as player safety. The Ducks tweeted out a picture of Getzlaff and Parros when they were both playing for Anaheim, like they were up against the boards talking, and the caption said "Suspend Perry," which I thought was pretty funny. So there you go.
I'm not a Parros guy, but
no, I know. But now you can leave messages for Getzlaff.
NHL in the news. It's kind of crazy that I just call player safety when I'm pissed off, but we're gonna move on from there.
It's not the fact that you call, it's the fact that you're like, "Can I speak to George Parros, please?" And they're like, "Hold on."
How many people have done that? Do you think? I can't be the only person who does. There's got to be some crazy people up in Canada.
Oh, there's got to be crazier people. There's got to be people that show up at the NHL offices, I bet.
Like Portnoy.
Yeah.
Nashville traded goalie Yaroslav Askarov, Nolan Burke, and a 2025 third-round pick to San Jose for center David Edstrom. He was 32nd overall in 2023. Vegas' 2025 first-round, top 10 protected, and Magnus Trona, 2018 fifth-round pick. I honestly think that this deal works out good for both sides. I think that Askarov kind of made it clear he wasn't going to play in Nashville.
Yeah.
I think that a team that has all this young talent in San Jose, maybe they got themselves a goalie now.
Maybe.
Like that definitely helps out. If you look at
he's supposed to be a goalie. He's supposed to be a heck of a goalie. He, I think, understands. And I think you're starting to see this more with younger players. He knows his worth and is not afraid to be like, no, I'm not going to the AHL.
Yeah, and if you kind of look at dynasties, right? Like I would consider like the Penguins was kind of a dynasty. I think the Blackhawks were kind of a dynasty. If you look at both of them, they both had couple good forwards, a good defenseman, and a goalie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was their core. Now San Jose's got the goalie. I don't know how deep they are defensively, but I know that they do have some young stud forwards that are going to be coming up. Good for both sides. And Nashville got it. Nashville got out of it, and I'm pretty sure they re-signed UC Saros to I think it was a 7-year, $7.74 million contract. So
I believe so.
It works out. Winnipeg traded Rutger McGrady, 2022 14th overall to Pittsburgh for center Brandon Yeager, 2023 14th overall. Just to flip the prospects, this was another one where Rutger said he didn't want to play in Winnipeg. So Pittsburgh said, okay, you can have this guy. We'll do a little switch. I would get so nervous about doing that if I was a GM because I feel like
the guy you trade away is going to go. Yeah.
Right? Like
that's always the way, though.
But Winnipeg, I mean, they had to. He wasn't going to go there, so... Now watch, but the thing is what if this Brandon Yeager kid ends up being a stud? Then Pittsburgh should be like, what the
They were both 14th overall picks. Like both can play, in theory.
Yeah. Edmonton sent Cody Ceci in a 2025 third-round pick to San Jose for Ty Emberson. I'm pretty sure there's a clip. Did Ceci play for the Leafs for a little bit?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think there's a clip of him taking a shot and it going wide, and the announcer's like, and Ceci with a shot, and he misses a mile wide because the puck just went into the corner. Like, whenever I think of Ceci, I think of him doing that. I don't really know what to say more about this trade.
No, it was a flurry of trades, like well past the deadline. It was just a little unique season-wise,
Yeah, and then Montreal sent Jordan Harris. He's a mass hole 2018 round 3 to Columbus for Patrick Laine and a second-round pick. That's Laine's stock isn't where it used to be.
No. I thought the same thing. I was like, interesting. CC played 1 year in Toronto, 56 games played, 178 with 20 PIMs.
All right. Well,
2019, 2020.
Well, we're going to keep talking moves, right? So St. Louis signed both players that they extended an offer sheet for, Philip Broberg, Dylan Holloway. Broberg's agent reveals some details on the negotiation with the Oilers. Per Darren Ferris, multiple other teams prepared to move on offer sheets. In 2 years at 1.1 million AAV was the Oilers' best offer. Broberg's offer to St. Louis was 2 years, 4.58 AAV. So that's...
When you spell it out like that, then there's no... I understand if Broberg was like, man, I want to stay with Edmonton because they're on the come up. I am going to get more time and more, important minutes with St. Louis. But, I mean, you're talking life-changing money.
$7 million, around $7 million. Yeah. I don't blame him for doing that at all.
Not at all.
$7 million. If it was like 1.5 or some shit.
Yeah, if it was close, right.
But $9 million, dude, after taxes, that's $4.5 million.
That's still generational wealth. If you invest that properly, your grandkids are set.
The AHL mandates that all players and non-ice officials will wear cut-resistant neck protection for next season.
That's coming to the NHL. That's the test. That's the tester right there. That's how they usually do it.
Yeah. I guess there's no harm in it. Like
the stuff's so lightweight. I mean, it's just like, there's always going to be people that complain because like guys like McDavid who wear like these socks, or Crosby with his jock from when they were like, 15 years old or whatever it is. So there's always going to be guys that are particular with their stuff. But I mean, if it saves one person, that's worth it.
Laurent Brossoit for Chicago had meniscus surgery on his right knee and is expected to be sidelined 5 to 7 weeks. Blackhawks openers in 6 weeks. Maybe he'll be back in time. We will see. Be nice to see Bedard play again. NHL Draft Odyssey. Swedish center David Edstrom has been on all 3 NHL teams before he made his NHL debut. Wow. Edstrom was drafted 32nd overall in 2023 by Vegas. In March of 2024, was traded to San Jose in the Thomas Hurdle package. Just over 5 months later, was traded to Nashville in the Askarov deal. So
he hasn't stepped foot on an AHL sheet, and he's been on 3 teams. It's crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Those are one of those real like good trivias. Like 10 years from now, when if he blows up, they're like, David Edstrom's been on 7 teams in his career. Can you name them? And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Matty Berniers, we just talked about him because Brian Berard's training with him. Seattle signed him 7-year, $7.14 AAV deal, carries a 12-team no trade list that runs from 2029 to 2030 to 2030 to 31.
The last 2 years of it.
I mean, good. He secured the bag. A good player. If Brett Berard can turn into half of that player, and at one point in his career he has a contract for 3 years at $4 million, I'd be pumped.
But that's a good aggressive play by the team, right? I mean, that's Ronnie Francis is their GM, right, in Seattle, right?
Yeah.
That's a good the guy that you want to have. You don't need to let him go to the full end of his RFA. Sign him up. You know what I mean? Just go. Make your plans.
Good value now.
Dude, this is fucking insane.
So I don't like Ryan Johansson. I think he's the
whole thing's insane, though. Everything
he's the
that's happened.
Tough guy in the league, but he cleared waivers after Philly put him on there for purpose of terminating his contract. He has 60 days from the day of the termination to file an appeal. This gets more involved as Johansson is working on his comeback from a hip injury, which will include extensive surgery, and his agent is filing a grievance. The team called it a material breach that leads to speculation that the team is saying his injury was not disclosed prior to his trade from Colorado. This adds to the list of strange personnel situations the Flyers have found themselves in as of late. You guys remember January 8th, Cutter Gauthier forced a trade to Anaheim. January 23rd, Carter Hart is out of hockey due to a sexual assault allegation. March 29th, Ivan Fedotov makes it to USA with prospect Alexei Kolosov, giving the Flyers a full goaltender room. On July 1st, Michkov signed it 2 years earlier than originally planned. And then August 19th, Kolosov goes home to Belarus for the summer. His status is unclear. Says he's confident he'll be back, but no reports are coming from his camp except that he's not happy in the AHL. On August 20th, the Johansson saga unfolds with an NHLPA now being involved. And shout out to Philly Voice for compiling that list. But
it's just a crazy run. And you could even add in Briere's son throwing that lady's wheelchair. That was the curse of the wheelchair, maybe, for the Flyers.
Could be. Cole Sillinger signed a 2-year, $2.25 million AAV extension with the Blue Jackets. Do you know who he used to date? He used to date a pop star. Her name's Tate McRae. She's like pretty big. She's selling out.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, she's selling out arenas now. Her brother played at Dartmouth. They're both from I think they're from Calgary, but they were dating, and then she found out that he was cheating on her. So they broke up, and now she dates this dude, the Kid Leroy, who made a song about her ex-boyfriend being a piece of shit. So there's
and that ex-boyfriend piece of shit is Cole
Sillinger. So
there you
go. Four Nations tourney. The U.S. team has rounded out its coaching staff under head coach Mike Sullivan. They've added John Hines, John Tortorella, let's go, and David Quinn. Dude.
I know. I don't know what they're doing.
What, dude?
I feel like
this guy gets so many chances. It's insane.
I feel like Quinn had that good run at BU, and Team USA loves him. So I think that's why he's there. And he's Mike Sullivan's assistant, so I guess he kind of had to take him. But I don't fucking know. I don't see it with David Quinn. I'm sure he knows way more hockey.
Buddy, I lived it. I don't
understand what the appeal is with him.
NHL top selling jerseys, top 5: Connor Bedard, Jack Hughes, Artemi Panarin, Austin Matthews, and Mika Zibanejad.
Dude, I'm sorry. I know.
Do you even like hockey?
I know that you have a couple of guys on there, and I get Bedard, but is that not the softest fucking lineup of jerseys? I mean, Panarin's the toughest guy in that list.
You never know with Austin Matthews, dude. He could end up having a little grit. He could. I mean, he got killed by Smitty. So.
He backed down. Fuck him. It's like
Carolina.
Whatever.
Carolina announced Jesper Fast's undergone surgery and is not expected to play this upcoming season. Neck surgery. I'm pretty sure.
That's gotta be scary. Neck surgery.
Yeah. Who did he put somebody out on the Rangers bad? Gave him a concussion. Oh, Hedl.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Hedl's head injuries came from one of them came from Jesper Fast.
I like him. I like his game.
There's a guy, Fitz GSN. He's a big Rangers guy. I actually think he's pretty smart at what he does. He's a big Jesper Fast guy. The OHL, the Windsor Spitfires signed former goalie prospect Keanu Reeves to a one-day contract with the club. Signed items will be auctioned off with 100% of the proceeds being donated to Canadian Mental Health Association Windsor chapter. This guy's the fucking man, dude. I feel like we talk about him a lot, but we need to.
I just saw this. I saw after this was in the sheet. I saw a story about someone who was waiting for a ride, and they were in like a private room. And it was them and Keanu Reeves. And they didn't know, like they felt awkward, hey, you're Keanu Reeves. And so they just both sat there, on their phones, and they were there for, I think, 40 some odd minutes without talking. Keanu Reeves' ride came. He stood up and he looked at the woman and went, nice talking to you, and walked out. He'd be probably horrified if he was in a room with me for 40 minutes. I'd be like, dude,
it would be he is he's definitely in probably my top 20 people I would want to get dinner with.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
It seems like a cool dude. EA Sports, the first time brother combo is on the upcoming season of NHL 25 featuring Quinn, Jack, and Luke. Only one NHL player has won the Stanley Cup in the season. They were on the NHL EA cover. That was Patty Kane in 2010. Patty Kane, speaking of Patty Kane, where was I? I think I was grocery shopping the other day at a random grocery store, and I saw somebody with a New York Ranger t-shirt jersey, and it was Patrick Kane. I'm like, damn, you must really like Kaner because he's on the team for a couple.
Do you know how many Gimlet t-shirt jerseys I have?
Yeah. I mean, good for USA Hockey, good for getting,
I guess
out there.
Pittsburgh. From what I understand, that version of the game comes wrapped in 10-ply toilet paper.
The picture, there's an Easter egg in it. If you look at them, they're sitting at stalls, and there's two other stalls next to them, and the two other stalls next to them, if you zoom into what the nameplates are, it's their parents' nameplates.
Oh, nice. That I like.
Pittsburgh has hired Jonathan Erickman away from MLB Tampa Bay Rays to lead their research and development analytics department. In another announcement, Jason Spezza takes over as GM as the AHL Wilkes-Barre Scranton, along with his assistant GM for the Pens. I hate analytics, that. So
that's why it's in here, just to enrage you.
While I'm talking, can you go on Twitter and see if you can find they came out with an image today. It's all the NHL teams and how many national games that they have this year.
Like TV games, you mean?
Yeah.
How the fuck am I gonna find that?
I would just
all right, go ahead.
Or no, how about you read and I'll look.
All right. Colorado, Gabe Landeskog has stated that his return is not a matter of if, but now of when. Per the statement, he feels as if he's made progress since May, and tests before camp will decide the plan moving forward. He has said he'll definitely play this year, but he's not sure if season's going to kick off game 1, game 10, or game 20, which is a huge – you want to talk about a low-key, huge signing? If he can come back – at say 85% of what he was, he's still in the top half of the league.
Mm-hmm.
He's such a stud. I love the way he plays. He's tough and he plays right.
I like Landeskog. Brownie, I found it.
Oh,
U.S. national TV's games by team. So there are 3 teams on here who are 17 times: the Oilers, the Colorado Avalanche, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Rangers have 15.
So McDavid, McKinnon, and Sid.
Yep.
That makes sense.
The Blackhawks have 15. The Rangers have 15. The Red Wings have 15. The Bruins have 14. The Vegas has 14. Minnesota has 15. Stars have 14. But what I wanted to show you is Columbus has 1. Calgary has 0. Ottawa has 0. And Winnipeg has 0. And Montreal has 0.
Ottawa just signed. I know this isn't in the sheet because I just saw it. Oh, here it is. Ottawa just signed Nick Cousins.
I saw that. That's going to make that because those two teams always go at it. I wonder what's going to happen with that now.
It's a 1-year deal for $800,000. Are you telling me that Florida couldn't find $800,000?
Or a team on the cusp of winning a cup that don't have a lot of fucking dog in them couldn't fucking.
He must have wanted to go to Ottawa.
Yeah. So I mean, Rangers 15, Bruins 14. You have your big teams up there. Kind of crazy that Montreal doesn't have any, but
who do they have?
Yeah, but it's still original 6. You'd think
No, I understand, but it's Cole Caulfield.
You can't put Bruins Montreal on like a fucking 6 game.
Well, that's because the people running the programming aren't hockey fans. That's the biggest issue.
Yeah. Elite status. Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby are the only 2 active players to crack the top 10 in point per game for their careers. Wayne Gretzky 1.92, Mario Lemieux 1.88, McDavid 1.52, Bossy 1.5, Bobby Orr 1.39, Marcel Dion 1.31, Peter Stastny 1.27, Crosby 1.25, Forsberg 1.25, and Kent Nielsen 1.24.
Bobby Orr, the only defenseman.
1.92 for fucking Gretz. And then Hockey Forever was asking NHL players what they bought with their first big league paycheck, and Sean Avery didn't disappoint in his response. He bought an ounce of mushrooms.
But the best was all he wrote was those 3 words on the tweet. He wrote ounce of mushrooms.
That's Sean Avery.
Love him or hate him, he's a character.
All right, dump the change. All right, dump and change. That's you, yeah?
Yeah. The Boston TD Garden hosted the first women's professional basketball game. Yet another milestone in women's sports. But then two steps forward, 1 step back. The game wasn't televised nationally or locally. It's like, come on, seriously. I don't know if you saw this, but Matthew, I don't know if you're aware, Matthew Tkachuk and Jason Tatum know each other. No, it's like every story. But they got together to throw out the first pitch at a recent St. Louis Cardinals game. Tatum brought the Larry O'Brien trophy, I think it's called, while Tkachuk brought out the WWE-style belt the Panthers had for the Cup run. The best part was that when they recreated the photo on the bus, the kid behind them, who's only known as Jacob, he hasn't said his last name, he joined them in the photo to recreate it. So good on that kid, too. Mm-hmm. Adam Sandler, they're making Happy Gilmore 2. Have you seen the reports of this?
Yes, he just had a Netflix special. It's pretty good.
Oh, is it stand-up? Was it good? I saw the little bit about the tattoo with the guy said his wife had a tattoo of him.
Yeah, he does comedy different than the other comedians, I think.
He just tells stories.
Yeah,
he's a funny guy.
He sings songs, and he can shred on a fucking guitar, dude.
Oh, yeah. He's a very...
I didn't know that, dude. There's a part where he just fucking hammers a guitar for 45 seconds, and I was just standing there looking at the TV like, what the fuck's going on?
So the iconic Bruins jersey from the first movie recently sold at an auction for $40,950.
I would have thought that would have been more.
Well, we could talk about jerseys going for more. Babe Ruth's iconic called shot, one he supposedly pointed out to the fielder, sold at auction after touring the country, a 6-hour extended bidding war, which closed at $24.12 million, becoming the world's most valuable piece of sports memorabilia.
Dude, whoever bought that's a fucking piece of shit, dude.
Do you know something? I'm staying at my in-laws, right? And my father-in-law, up in his office, he has all kinds of cool shit. Like, my wife was like, you can't podcast from his office because everybody's going to see that shit, figure out where it is. Now I'm telling everybody. But anyways, he has a painting he did when he was a kid. It's literally like a watercolor, like little kid's shitty picture, but it was of Ted Williams because he was alive when Ted Williams was playing.
Right.
And somehow they got it to Ted Williams, and Ted Williams signed it.
That's sick.
Dude, it's unbelievable. So
that's
a cool thing. But that's not worth anything. You know what I mean? Except, it's the Ted Williams signature. But it means so much to my father-in-law because it was something he drew, and that, you know what I mean? It's just cool.
Dude, the guy who ever bought that for $24.12 million, there's no way I'd be friends with that guy. That's so much money.
Do you think I can get Jerome McGinley to sign my sketch I made?
Buddy, I bought an Eric Goodbranson signed puck that I have in my fucking little studio out back. What did he do? He did something crazy last year. He tried to kill Cousins. Is that what it was? Remember he had an epic
got
carried from behind?
That's right.
I went on eBay and bought a signed puck. It's for $10 the next day. Yeah, so 24.12 is a little out of my price range, though.
Yeah, I'd say so. Believe. Are you a Ted Lasso fan? Did you watch Ted Lasso?
So I don't have what's it called? Apple TV. One of my friends comes over and we do stream. Do you have Apple TV?
Yeah.
Have you seen I think it's called Bad Monkey?
No, but it's on my list to watch.
So, dude, it's fucking really good. I think you'll like it.
You know, I lived there for 3 years.
Yeah, I think you should check that out. It's
From
pretty
what
good.
I understand from people I know who still live down the Keys is that it was really shot there. There's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh.
There's a restaurant down there that they shoot in that I guess is like super famous. I forget the name of it though.
Sloppy Joe's.
I don't know.
Oh, I'll have to watch.
All
right. Anyways, Apple TV, Ted Lasso has been confirmed is coming back for a 4th season, and the whole cast. I guess Jamie Tartt's character, I forget the actor's name. He's not coming back. And then, speaking of reunions, it's official. Oasis is back. They have tour booked in Europe. You don't like Oasis?
I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't put this on Dump and Change.
Dude, Oasis is massive.
Let me look up some of their songs, dude.
Well, Wonderwall, I'm sure you know.
That's what all this fuss is about. Is the dude just saying Wonderwall? Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
No, I just know you know that song. That's all.
Oh my god, Brownie.
All right,
you're getting dangerously close to getting the Dump and Change rights revoked, dude. Oasis, dude, come on.
Oasis was a good band.
If Young Money was like putting out an album like Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, Drake, I'd be like, hell yeah, dude. Wonderwall is what's moving the needle right now.
All right. Misha, a nonverbal teen with Down syndrome, didn't understand why his family had to flee Mariupol, which is the city in Ukraine, earlier this year. To get him to go along with the move, his mom told him they were traveling to meet John Cena. Cena heard about this story and flew to Amsterdam to meet Misha to make it come true.
Dude, he's like another one of those guys that is like, I just feel like he's a good dude. Is that wrong for me to think?
I was going to make him my hero of the week, but I wanted to spotlight him a little more in the Dump and Change.
Yeah, I mean,
just one of those. We talk about this all the time. He doesn't have to do it.
No,
you know what I mean. He doesn't have to do it.
Really fucking cool. Rangers. I don't really have anything with the Rangers other than the fact that they said that. I think I saw something that Zach Jones is definitely getting the 6th. He's getting a chance to be the 6th guy this year. He played pretty well in his limited time last year. I'm happy to see about that. There was something that fucking pissed me off though, dude. It had to have been like NHL Network. Somebody came out with a list of the top NHL defensemen in the league. Did you see this list?
Yo, McAvoy 1 slot ahead of Fox.
So I have a different one. Now I have Jason Demir's one. Like, dude, how is Gustav Forsling? So they have Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes, Victor Hedman, Roman Josi, Miro Heiskanen, Gustav Forsling, Charlie McAvoy, Adam Fox, Evan Bouchard, Devon Taves. What are we watching?
I think there's got to be a factor of points. It has to be.
I don't understand how Adam Fox is in the top, at the very minimum, the top. Like, dude, he was still a point per game, and he had a fucked up knee all year last year. I don't get it. That's insane to me. Like, I would take Fox over McAvoy. I would think that you would.
How is Pietrangelo not on there?
I don't know how Gustav Forsling's 6.
I think Pietrangelo
he had a good playoff.
Pietrangelo is like the prototype defenseman that everybody wants.
Dude, Pietrangelo isn't even in the top 20.
I know, that's great. Is Shea Theodore?
Shea Theodore, no. 11, Rasmus Dahlin. 12, Josh Morrissey. Jacob Slavin, Zach Werenski, Noah Dobson, Matthias Ekholm, Drew Doughty, Noah Hannafin, Dougie Hamilton, and Moritz Seider.
Wait, so they have Hannafin ahead of Pietrangelo.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is the dumbest list.
Who put this list out?
NHL and NHL Network.
Yeah, that's what we should do for the morning skate. We should just start putting out wildly out of bounds top 10 left wings, top 10 right wings.
Well, Jason Demers, he was on the podcast with Disco. He came out. His is Cale Makar, Roman Josi, Miro Heiskanen, Quinn Hughes, Victor Hedman, Gustav Forsling, Devon Taves, Matthias Ekholm, Adam Fox, and Charlie McAvoy. I hope Fox fucking tears it up this year, dude. He could. He was hurt a majority of last year.
Who were the defensemen for the Four Nations?
For the Four Nations,
wasn't Steph Jones one of the first people named for that?
No, I don't. Wasn't it Fox, McAvoy?
What am I thinking of?
I don't know. Maybe
There's
captain for like the fucking stupid tournament when your team gets eliminated.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that pissed me off. Other than that, that's kind of really all I have. Oh, Sam Rosen. I think we talked about it last week that this is his last year doing games. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Well, the big news in Boston, besides the Karen Reed trial, is Jeremy Swayman not being signed.
Hey, do you like Kirk Minahan?
I don't know who he is.
So he had a radio show. Now he works for Barstool, and he started this podcast. I forget what it's called, but essentially it's a true crime podcast, and he solved 2 murders, and one of them had to do with the Karen Reed one.
He didn't solve 2 murders. He platformed both. There's a guy up here. I don't know if I should promote this guy. There's a guy up here. His name's Turtle Boy, and he runs this like ridiculous website, but he's got an agenda for a few different things. With this Karen Reed trial and this other woman who I can't remember her name.
The other woman, the one that just came out there, a cop got arrested.
Yeah,
that's
well,
the one.
The Karen Reed, the cops were too. He
started a podcast about it, and we're like, we think this guy did it, and they started doing shit, and I guess they started investigating that guy after those podcasts dropped, which is sick.
No,
kind of cool.
The FBI was already here because that town where that murder happened, where the guy groomed her from like 13 to like 23.
Right.
He had been raping her and then having sex with her. She got pregnant. He was on his way to his wife was about to deliver a baby. It's insane. And that town is right next to where all the Karen Reed stuff happened. Mm-hmm. And the same people are the same DA, the same forensics. So the FBI was in town already for this other girl. And then they got involved with Karen Reed because of Turtle Boy and Minahan and all this stuff. Dude, this is why people don't trust the police.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. All right. We kind of went off the rails there, but.
All right, yeah, I'll go back to it. All right, so hey, speaking of great people, so alleged wife beater Milan Lucic is working out into New Jersey, trying to work his way back into the league. You beat your wife, fuck off, as far as I'm concerned. And then per reports, the Bees plan to offer PTOs to Blake Wheeler and Kayla Yamamoto this year.
Blake Wheeler got his ass kicked last year by Tenorti. Do you remember that?
Blake Wheeler shouldn't be fighting Jared Tenorti.
It was pretty funny when he did, though. That's
but
like
the fact that Blake Wheeler will drop the gloves in the right moment is the reason why I would like Blake Wheeler on the Bruins as a 4th line center. I love Blake Wheeler. I always liked him.
Can't really skate anymore, but okay. That's what he got there.
Yeah, that's what I got there. Oh, and then for Northeastern, so we had the golf tourney.
How'd it go?
It was awesome. It was last Friday.
We haven't talked about this yet.
Right.
Really.
It was last Friday. A lot of people there. People were just like coming up to me. It was so chaotic, and it'll be better next year. Like I'll be more prepared. But
was it men's and women's?
No, just the women's.
Was Butchercross there? Or am I making this up?
Okay. Bucci. So I'm sitting there talking with Christina Allard, your girl, Scurvs, and Taze, right? So two of the captains and Irvs just came off of Team USA, the collegiate series. So I'm talking to the 3 of them.
Yep.
Bucci Grass and Brooks Orpik are standing about 5 feet away watching us.
No shit.
And what am I can't be like, oh, hold on, girls. Hey, guys, it's the women's. I'm there for the women's team.
Yeah.
But it was great. Coach Carp stacked his team. It was he won.
I love it, dude. Play to win.
It was him, Bucci's son, who's like practically a pro golfer, I guess, and Orpik. And
that's who Carp hung out with all day?
That's who Carp played with all day. And that's why Carp's my 0, number 1, for cheating to win. And shout out to our guy, Eric, the equipment manager, because we had him on. He sat down with us, and he was like, I don't recognize Carp as the champion. It was awesome.
So what's Brooks Orpik connection with Northeastern hockey? Is there one?
He is involved with the Washington Caps, and Carp went to the Washington Caps stuff.
Cool.
And
I'm pretty sure Orpik was a BC kid. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he won the national championship with BC. He won with Gaudreau.
Yep.
But yeah, Shelly Looney sat down with us. She scored the game-winning goal for the first ever women's Olympic gold for women's hockey. Team USA.
There's no way Brooks Orpik won a national championship with Johnny Gaudreau.
Yeah, he did.
Wasn't Orpik like significantly older than him?
Johnny Gaudreau was in the league 11 years.
Yeah, but Johnny Gaudreau's 31. I feel like Brooks Orpik's been out of the league for 11 years.
Could they have been that close? I know Brooks Orpik. Did
Let me
BC
look.
win multiple?
Let me look. I'm gonna look it up.
All right. So yeah, so it was a great day. They had a nice raffles, all that stuff. We had people coming and sitting down, chatting with us. I was just mostly quick, like shooting the breeze with them, and then asking them the lightning round questions. So it was a lot of fun.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time, dude. How the sign looked? I feel like it looked good. Oh yeah,
Yeah, it
dude.
looked really good.
Orpik won national championship in 2001.
Well, they both won national championships. I was
Yes,
correct.
but I thought you meant that they were on the same team, and I'm sitting here.
I thought I might have. Yeah, maybe. No, good call.
Okay.
But yeah, so Carp fixed it. Coach Flint, my offer still stands to stand behind the bench and when Carp's away. Oh, and then lastly, Carp's ignoring me on this. The Huskies are doing skill clinics. Like Alina is going to one to help coach.
Okay.
And it's for girls ages 13 to like 17. And I was like, how about beer leaguers that still have NCAA eligibility? And I've asked him multiple times and I've been being ignored.
Bro, it would be fucking hilarious if Northeastern women's hockey got a video crew. Because we are the official, unofficial podcast of the Northeastern Huskies. Let's be real about that. If they turn this into a bit and like made you like put it on the Jumbotron between periods, that would be
had me like put me through the skills drills.
Yes,
oh my God,
like that would
horrible.
be pretty funny. No, dude, it would be fucking good. It'd be a
I'd go do it. I could throw on a TMS jersey. I could probably squeeze into a Huskies jersey.
Yeah, I think that's something that they should think about, dude. You're around that rink so much, and like you have relationships with these girls that I think a lot of the other like press definitely don't have. You know what I mean? Like they might be able to interview them, but like, do they know what like their favorite concert is or something like you know more about them than they? I don't know. I'm just saying, dude. That sounds like a really good idea.
Would be pretty fun. Yeah. Well, if anyone from the Huskies is listening that can make it happen, I can get on my gear and go to Matthews.
Brownie, you're gonna be like in your 80s, dude, going to those games. Fucking walking
like Todd.
around.
I'll be there with Todd.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Todd was so funny because he didn't want to come on the podcast, but he was sitting there while we were setting everything up. And he'd be like, you want me to get somebody? I'd be like, yeah, all right. And he went over to Phillips and we were even set up. And he was like, go over there. You got to be on the podcast. She's like, what? It was so funny. So
who did you get all together?
Let's see. So I had Shelly and Linda, right? The Linda Lundgren and Shelly Looney. I had Carp with Eric Anastasi, who's the equipment manager. You remember Eric?
Yep.
The two of them came on together. And we settled the whole pizza topping debate once and for all. Finally, we put that to bed. Then I had Christina Allard. So first I had Molly Griffin, who's one of the alternate captains. And then I had...
A strong hockey name.
Huh?
It's a strong hockey name.
She's a good kid. And then I had Langlois and Brazis, 2/3 of the nail gun line, had them on.
Okay.
Always fun with them. Langlois still gave me a hard time for not having a nickname. And then I had it was Christina Allard, Skylar Irving, and Taze Thompson, the two captains and team right off a collegiate series. The best part of the whole thing is I was like, who would play you guys in a movie, right? One of the jokes. And Taze was like...
Yeah, dude, the Herald doesn't ask those questions.
Taze was like, oh, people say I sound like Mila Kunis, and me, Irving, and Allard just started laughing, and I was like, oh, I just happen to think one of the most beautiful women in the world. and then Skirvs and Allard were doing the same thing. It was pretty funny. But yeah, it was funny as I saw so many people, and I was like, but we're doing the interviews next year. Now that I know the layout and everything, it'll be significantly better next year. And yeah, the mics, we had some issues with the mics, but we figured it out. No, the way to do it, remember how you and I had trouble?
Yeah.
The way to do it is you put a splitter, like one.
Oh boy. Okay, I'll take your word for it, dude.
We need 2 blue snowballs and a splitter, and then it works. But,
Dude,
yeah.
that was like tires going so hard to get out of the mud, and that car was not moving, dude. That car was at a
I am not a
standstill.
technical guy. I am not a technical guy. But I got it working. We had the banner up. I had a 100-foot Ethernet cord.
Brownie, that was unbelievable. That might be one of my favorite times I've had on the podcast with you. Just
I
watching
will say
you
this.
really, your brain really try to comprehend what a
Yeah,
splitter
I
was.
couldn't. So we had to plug into the shout out to
Love it.
Brook Meadow, I think it's called. They were really nice.
Who went
so
with you?
the kid who works for me. He was my
He helped you
I
out.
go,
Cool. What's
I
his
go,
name?
hey,
Give
listen,
him some shine.
Austin Temple.
There you go. Give him some shine.
He
Fuck
was
yeah.
the
Thanks
kid-
for helping, Austin.
Remember, he was the kid. We drink. You beep. We drink. Waiting for hockey season up at UNH. That's him.
Yeah.
So he
Put on him, dude. Hero of the week.
I told him, I go, hey, we're not working Friday, but if you want to come with me and help me, I'll buy you beers and food. He was like, done. So we're trying to figure out like how to plug in the Ethernet cord. I had a 100-foot Ethernet cord, so I could run it from the main frame.
We're still trying at this. Okay,
no, this is different. So we're trying to get it to work, and we couldn't get it to work. I literally am in the server room, maybe, and I have the Ethernet cord. I have my flashlight on my phone, trying to see everything, and I'm like this, and I'm sweating, and I'm like this one, and I literally felt like I was defusing a bomb, but I got it to work.
It is insane that you didn't just shut the whole system down.
You know what was funny? I was like, if I unplug this one, I know it'll work. And I wonder how long they'll figure out that I unplugged it. But I'm like, I better not. So, yeah. It all worked. Good times.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, we have one last segment. We're going to talk about Beer League. It's brought to you by Beauty Unis. Superior quality jerseys, complete hockey uniforms, bags, and apparel. Proud partner, 3 Ice and Beer League heroes everywhere. We're going to do our Beer League. We're going to highlight the jersey, and then we're going to do the debate, which I think is going to be a good one this week. I'm pretty pumped for it. So,
yeah,
Beer League hockey music. All right, here we go. I really think that you should be the dude interviewing these girls and doing like fun videos for the Jumbotron. I think it would help Morning Skate.
There's some kid who's trying to like probably be getting into broadcasting who does that.
Yeah, but dude, you can become a staple of that program. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Like if they win a national championship, I want you to get a ring. I think if you do this shit, I can get you a ring.
And listen, so we're clear, Northeastern, if you're listening, I'm very happy with my press pass.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry for, I think you got a star. That's all I'm saying, dude. I think you have a star, and I don't think I'm wrong. I think a lot of people think you're a star, dude. So,
thank you, but let's bump the brakes there.
Nope. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to share this. Hopefully this works. Yes, we're on. Okay. So let's highlight the jersey. These are the Swamp Donkeys, dude. And I think it's fucking hilarious because
that's Sandy Bay.
Yeah, Sandy Bay Swamp Donkeys.
Oh, is that like pine trees on the skirt? Like,
yes.
That's cool. I like that.
I fucking love it, and I love it because back when I played like beer league on my, like when I was in college and shit, dude. When I was in college and we had beer league hockey, we were so dumb. Like we got in trouble every fucking week. We were definitely a team you didn't want to fucking play against, and we would always be like, "Hey, let's go fuck these Swamp Donkeys." And these are the Sandy Bay Swamp Donkeys. So,
and it looks like on the shoulders there's is that hoofs? Hoof prints?
Yeah, it's fucking sweet. That's dude. Crazy. It's a really, really cool jersey. I like
That's a nice jersey.
I like the color of it. Yeah, dude, it's fucking sick.
Yeah.
So guys, check them out. Head over to beautyunis.com if you guys need jerseys. They keep coming out with fire ones, dude. Like I went through their Instagram. They have so many too. Like that's the thing. Guys, if you are in the market for a beer league jersey, dude, these jerseys are nice. They're light. They're fucking quality. And if you're like, well, I want to make sure my jersey company, gets my vision or what I want on it, go on their website, go on their Instagram. I just go on their Instagram, dude. And
the biggest thing, you can call them and talk to a person.
And you can do that. But I'm saying if you want, the proof's in the pudding, dude, go on their site and just fucking scroll down. Like every single one of these jerseys are sick. Like, they all look so fucking clean. They all look like a team where if I showed up and I had to play against them, I would be like, motherfucker, I don't want to do this.
You know what's funny? You were talking about Swamp Donkeys. I played in a lacrosse league in the summers, And at one point, Framingham, they were like, oh, the Framingham team. We'd all be like ripping beers on the sideline or smoking butts. Guys were doing bongos. And this one year, we were like so good. And we were the Dry Heaves. That was our team name. And every time someone scored, we all got together in a circle and go, "Whoa, whoa."
Oh my God, dude.
People hated us.
Do you have a picture of those jerseys?
They just had reversible. If there was, can you imagine though, if Beauty Unis was around back then and we could have done something like that, like shooters or something? Oh, it's sick.
Yeah. I mean, dude,
shout out to any of the Dry Heaves that are listening right now.
Yeah, and shout out to anybody who's looking for a jersey. BeautyUnis.com.
Yeah,
for real, guys.
for sure,
I'm not just saying this because they're like sponsoring shit. Like they're legit. That's what it comes down to. I put my name stamp of approval on it. So
there you go.
Cool jerseys. Beer League updates. Hockey is going to be starting here. I haven't played in a while, but I am going to try to get a couple warm up like skates in before the season starts. I think the season starts in October. So stay tuned to that. I got Claps playing with me. My buddy Nemo. We picked up my buddy Blair, who's honestly the most, like, if I could pick anybody to play with, like, he would be my center. Like, him and I played so much together. He's so easy to play with. And then we picked up, we went to the Horseshoe the other day, which is a bar next to the track. And then we went to the Creed concert. And while I was there, I got to see a bunch of younger Siena kids that graduated probably like 3 or 4 years after I did. But I still knew them because I still had friends on the team or whatever. And one of the kids is in the area. His name's, I'm not going to tell you his name, but he's in the area. And he was a good player. He was like first, second line center. Like would score. He was a good player, but I was kind of fucking with him because he wanted to be on our team. And I was like, yeah, you can be on our team. I get his information. I'm like, dude, if I coached you, you would have been so much better. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, I would have made you a motherfucker to play against. So like, I'm telling him all this shit and I could see that he's getting pissed. And I'm like, that's the kind of guy I want on my beer league team, dude. I want this guy to come fucking prove some shit. So I'm pumped that he's going to be on our team. And then fall softball starts next week.
Oh my God.
We're in the fucking top division, which I'm not thrilled with. And Friday draft league too. So a lot of softball's happening, a lot of hockey's happening. Yeah, that's kind of what I got. What do you got?
I haven't been playing summer league. I played a few times. I want to say I think I got like 6 or 8 points in 2 games. Not a big deal. But it's summer league, so I mean, really, who cares? But what's funny is it's the summer league playoffs, and I think the championship might be Wednesday. I can't play. We have our fantasy football draft, and it's summer league, so I don't really care.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna keep talking. I'm in a fantasy football league for the first time, I think, in my life. I want to send you my team. And I want you to see what you have to say.
All right. But so you know what the bench app is? You know the online. I got invites to both teams playing in the championship.
Oh boy,
to be a spare for both teams.
There you go.
Which I thought was pretty funny. You just send me that right now?
Yeah, you don't have to do it right now. We'll do it. We'll do it post show. Also, post show, remind me. You said not a big deal. Remind me of that.
Okay. Yikes! This is your team.
We're doing this after. We're talking after.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So I don't know what else you got. Is that about it?
That's about it. There was something else I was going to tell you about in beer league. Nah, I don't remember what it was.
All right.
Oh, I know. Oh. I just remembered. Starting Wednesday, me and Alistair Poppycock, my buddy John.
Yep.
We are taking Tai Chi classes.
Oh my God. Okay, let me know how it goes.
It's every week, once a week for I think 15 weeks or something, or 12 weeks. 12 weeks. Once a week. And you learn all the moves. It's like slow motion kung fu, whatever.
Yes.
And I was talking to somebody and I'm like, you know what's going to be great is when I learn all the moves and it's winter and I get someone to film me in a morning skate jersey on the pond doing these moves. And then the end shot is the close up and I just go skadoosh. And then that's it. And if we release that out during the Winter Classic, that'd be perfect.
You're telling me that shouldn't be on the Jumbotron at Matthews, dude? What are we doing here?
Me teaching Scurvs and Tays.
Bro, what a video that would fucking be.
Tai Chi. Hey, Delaney, if you're listening, Delaney, I'm available.
That would be really funny. All right, so beer league debate, man. I want to know your top 3 pet peeves with beer league.
Okay.
So it's going to be like a 3 stars beer league debate. Your top 3 pet peeves. Now, I tried looking at it at a number of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
But these 3 things, I think if they're the worst thing going on, it ruins my entire time.
Okay.
Kind of where I went. So my 3rd star, I'm going to start with Mr. Referee. I say this because it sucks when you have a referee that either calls fucking anything, right? And it's just like, what the fuck's going on? Or if you have a ref that doesn't call anything, that also sucks. Getting a referee who kind of, this is going to sound so stupid, but like controls a beer league game is kind of crucial.
You need to control a beer league game.
What?
I said you need to control a beer league.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if like having a good ref's good, when you have a bad ref, that fucking pisses me off beyond belief. Beyond belief. So that would be my 3rd pet peeve.
I'm torn about my 3rd. All right, I'll do this one. The guy who can't cross over, can't like do a sharp stop and go.
Yep.
But thinks he can shoot a puck through a fucking sheet of plywood and takes clappers from the circles in. Fuck that guy.
So that ties into my 2nd star. The player that tries to play out of their skill set.
Well, hold on. Do you mean someone who's playing like at a level higher than they should?
No, somebody who isn't good, but when they have the puck, think they're Jerome fucking Iginla. That drives me
in the mirror. Know your role.
Fucking insane. Or like the kids, and I think it kind of plays into this, like who just have blinders on. That like if they have the puck, passing the puck is something they never heard of in their life. Yep. Like that blows. So I think players playing outside their skill set, which I think kind of ties into yours.
So my 2nd star is it's a 3-pronged thing. I hate guys that play a level low and think they're fucking Gretzky and play like a fucking hardo. Like I have a really good friend, Steve. Actually, it was just his birthday yesterday, today. Shout out Stevie.
Happy birthday, Steve.
So Stevie will play a level or 2 lower, but he'll go 5-6 games without shooting.
Yeah.
Right? He plays the right way. What I hate is the kid who's clearly better, or guy, whatever, woman, doesn't have to be a guy, who whatever he is, and will get the puck behind the net, go end to end, and then between the legs or Michigan. It's like, what are you fucking doing? There's that guy. There's also the guy who plays like the Bruins scout is watching us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And there's the 3rd guy, and these are all like a lot of times they're the same guy who is like a fucking hardo chopping you behind the plate. Like, dude, we're playing fucking Summer League Beer League. What are you doing?
I think the only time I'd be chopping and shit like that is if it was like a big game and it was tied with like 45 seconds left. Then
Like
I'm probably
a legit not summer league, like you paid $400 for your league. Whatever.
You're winning 6-1 and you're going in, you're burying somebody from behind.
Fuck that guy.
That's a good one. My number 1. I don't know if you're gonna understand it because you typically play defense, correct?
No, I've been playing all over now. They got me playing center a lot.
I fucking cannot stand when you have an odd number of forwards. If I show up to the rink and you aren't going with the same line every time, I fucking hate it.
That's you being you're like
hate it.
A diva.
No, I just like being able to play with the same fucking dudes. Like I think it's easy.
Give me your all right. You have 7 forwards. What do you do?
I would drop one back to D.
What if you have 5D already?
Then you're running 6D.
Oh my god. So
see, that's what every defenseman says, dude. I would get arguments when I played on this black hockey team. We fucking like that's what happened a lot where they would have 5 defensemen or whatever. Like sometimes they'd have 3 or 4 defensemen, and we have an odd number of forwards. I'd be like, drop a D back so we can have the boys together, and they would fucking throw a fit, dude.
So give me your like if you have 12 guys.
Yeah.
How do you break it?
12 guys, 6 and 6.
Oh my god. That's insane.
Dude.
That's 2 lines of forwards and 3 pairs of D?
Dude, I'm telling you. It is so much
so
fucking.
Let me ask this. Would you do this if you had 12 guys? Would you go 8 and 4 and do 3 sets of wingers, 2 centers?
I hate that. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, but then you're with your same other winger.
I know, but I fucking hate it. I would rather have that than just like rolling through. But I would rather have like, I love the fact if I'm playing beer league, if I'm going out with the same guys every shift, like
Yeah, I
there's
get
because
that.
I know where they're going to be. I like you kind of develop like some sort of like you can
Yeah.
talk to them and be like, hey, go here, go here. When
Yeah.
you're going out there and you don't really know what's going on, and a lot of times people are like super like they're not where they're supposed to do the right thing. Like they're just kind of not helpless or just like careless. They aren't as like dialed in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just and
No, I understand it. It's just funny
it
because there are
drives me
guys
fucking crazy.
there are guys that I refuse to play with, so I get it.
I think it's
just,
easy. I think it's easier to play with a defensive partner and rotate defensive partners than it is to play with a line of forwards.
Yeah, I guess it's. I mean, I'm not too invested in beer league. I'm just there to skate, have fun. Is really at this point. Years ago, I was a lot when I was close to your age. I was probably a lot more serious about it. It's
Yeah,
it's
but dude,
funny
like
though.
when I go to beer league, I want to win. I don't ever want to go there and be like,
Oh,
okay,
for sure. You always want to win if you're playing and keeping score. But it's funny is like I have a few guys that I play really well with, and then there are guys I struggle with. But it was funny. We were playing, I think it was like last time I skated, or maybe the time before, we only had, I think, 5 guys. And they were like, all right, you 3 play defense, and I'm like, no. If you come to the bench, yell where you are, and that guy's playing where you go. We had like 2 subs. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
So, is that your number 1 or is that your number 2?
that was my number 1.
All right, my number 1, and I know this is ironic because I just said I had 6 points in 2 games, is the guys stat checkers. I fucking like, dude, what are you doing? It's beer league. And it's even worse, the guys who do it at pickup when they're like in the parking lot after a pickup game, like a fucking just like shinny basically. And they're like, oh, I had 4 apples and 3 goals. Like, oh, was there a scorekeeper here? I didn't see one.
Yeah.
It's like, good fucking loser.
Yeah.
There's always the guy because they come in with the sheet, right? And there's always the guys that are like, "Oh, can I see the sheet? I just want to check how many shots we had." Like, shut up! You've seen if you got the fucking secondary assist on the.
Dude, if I play a big role in a goal and it's a secondary assist, as I'm skating back to the draw, I'm at 100% going 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, the whole fucking way, the whole way. If I did something sick to set it up, like if it bounces off my skate and goes to somebody and then they slide it over for a goal, I'm not gonna say shit. But like if I'm fucking going between the legs, like setting up somebody backdoor to the slot, then I'm like, yeah,
all right,
yeah. All right, so that was all of them, dude. That was beer league. That was debate.
Hey, let's do a off the dome top 3. Ready?
Yep.
Give me your top 3 mice.
Mice?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Mickey, Jerry.
None of them. They're fucking awful. I have a mouse in my apartment, guys, and it's not fucking good, dude. It's not good at all. I was on the couch today. I looked up and it was on the couch, and
Well, why don't you back up? He also left his fucking front door open, and it's the time of year when mice are looking for a warm place. So
I didn't mean to leave my front door open. It just happened.
I just want to see him walk across that American flag behind you.
No,
if I could have one wish right now, that would be it.
So today I found out that I am terrified of mice, which is
well, they're fast, so I get it that to a degree, but
it's not good, man. It's
you're gonna end up getting a cat now.
So I called my mom about this, right? And I'm like, because it happened, and I'm like, oh my God. So I call her, I'm like, you're not gonna believe what's fucking going on. So I tell her the whole story, and she's laughing. She's like, you got to get a trap. And I was like, you don't understand. If I trap it, I still got to deal with it. Like I don't want anything to do with that. She goes,
you gonna get a live trap or a dead trap?
I don't know. And she's like, definitely not a live one, dude. And she's like,
if you get a live trap, you just slide the thing over and you let them loose.
0% chance I'm doing that. Just full disclosure, I might move. I might get out at least and get the fuck out of here, dude.
Well, put it this way: if he was in there last night, or she, because she could be in there looking for a nest to have babies. But if that mouse was in there and you move, there's a good chance that he or she has chewed their way into something soft and warm, like your couch.
No,
and
I don't think
move
you need to stop with this shit, dude. Like, you need to stop with this right now.
And for those listening, I've been terrorizing him all night with this because this is how we started before we started recording. He's been freaked out, and I just keep telling him stuff.
Bugging out. Oh, I don't even want to fucking think about it. All right. That's the podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Brownie, excellent work with the Northeastern stuff. Jenks, hell of a blog. Everybody in the morning
Great blog,
universe,
Jenks.
thank you for helping out. Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Gaudreau's family. Really sorry about your loss. And I think that's really all I got. Brownie, got anything else?
Yeah, I mean, listen, shout out to Jerome McGinley because that's kind of been the tradition, but it doesn't seem appropriate in the wake of what's happened. And I just, everyone just keep the Gaudreau family in your hearts. Someone started a GoFundMe for Matthew Gaudreau's family. I don't have the information, but I'm sure you can easily find it because he doesn't have the financial. His immediate family doesn't have the financial stability of his brothers, and they have a baby, like an infant. So yeah, it's a horrible, horrible thing. And take an Uber, get a cab. There's always a different option.
Dude, even if the Uber is $35, like,
yeah, you don't think the guy who got arrested would gladly
that guy who did that did not wake up that day thinking that was going to happen.
No, and he's gonna carry it with him the rest of his life.
Yeah,
it's horrible. It's horrible. There's no one wins in this. It's a horrible thing. It's a horrible, tragic accident, and it just makes you appreciate what you got.
All right, guys. Well, tune in.
Sorry to leave everyone on a bummer, but on the plus side, Ked is terrified of the mouse that's running rampant through his house.
I don't want to fucking be here. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll talk.
Wait. Where are you going to sleep tonight?
I think my truck. Truly. Mousegate. I fucking hate this, dude. Thank you guys for tuning in.